Welcome back to Unless You Live Hardcore, everybody. I'm Kyle Forsyth here with the co-host Jake Ford. What's up, my dude?
What's up, man? How you doing, Kyle? How's it
Living
going, brother?
life. Started working out this week. You know what I mean? I told you about
Oh
that a little bit
yeah.
ago. Yeah,
Hell
dude.
yeah, my dude.
I'm trying to get some fucking muscles. We talked about it on the last pod. I told you, man. I want to start getting some muscles, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Last week's pod, we talked about it. This week, following through. My biceps are a little sore. Gotten 2 days of workouts in so far this week. We're on Wednesday or on Thursday. So we did the first one Monday, did the second one Wednesday. Yeah,
Nice.
dude. Yeah, my biceps are starting to feel it, you know?
Feeling that burn, dude. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. Getting that starting to work out soreness, that you get
Yeah.
when you first start
You're
working
getting
out.
strong. That's good. That's what it means.
We're starting.
You're starting. I mean, you got to start
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, dude.
Right now you're like SpongeBob with the marshmallows, dude. But
Yeah.
eventually you're gonna be Larry the Lobster.
It
Fucking
is.
racking up weights, dude.
Dude, it
Hitting
does
it
feel
hard.
defeating when, I'm going to, do the chest press machine or whatever, and, you gotta adjust, the little bar that goes into the weights or whatever on it at, Planet Fitness, and
Yeah.
it's, the last person who was in there had it on, 200, and I'm like, "I'll go down to 50 up,"
Right,
or
right.
I'm like and then the dude in front of me is racking 300, and I'm like, "I'm not there yet, man,"
Yeah,
and
but you
he's,
can't
looking
compare
he,
it to other people.
I know, but then he turns
Also, how
around and looks
many?
at me and I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude.
don't look at me. Don't look away. Stop it."
They're probably not judging. They're probably proud of you. Actually, they're like,
Uh,
good for him.
maybe, I
Dude, a
hope
lot of
so.
gym people are actually very positive. It's a big misconception about gym people. They're mostly very positive and very supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
like
yeah, I mean,
most
hey,
gym people would never like make fun of like an obese person like
I'm not
trying.
obese, all right. All
No,
right,
no, I'm
chill out.
not saying you are. I'm saying I'm
Okay.
using that like
I'm
as an
overweight
example.
according to the BMI index, but I'm not obese. So,
Like if say if like I was in a gym and I like tried to make fun of like an obese person like trying to get in shape, more than
yeah,
likely the
what would you
person
say, Jake? Tell us what would
I'm
you
no,
say if you were trying to do
I
that?
wouldn't do that. I'm saying if I
Oh.
did, I'm saying if I
I'm
did,
just saying if you did, what would you say hypothetically?
I would just make tuba noises.
Yeah.
I would just hum a tuba melody. Dude, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't say any words. I would just bully with my musical talent, dude.
Yeah.
No.
I would get
But
a little soundboard that just has fart sound effects, and every time they go to push the weights, it would just every time.
wow. Very classic bullying, Kyle. Good for you, buddy.
Just kidding.
The point that
No.
I was trying to make though is if I did that, the 99% of the people if they heard me do that in the gym, they'd be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for
Like they'd be
sure.
like, "Dude, who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
Like
And I work out at a Planet Fitness where you're, not allowed to
not
be
allowed
like
to be a
that.
dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it literally says, no judgment zone and shit all over the walls and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. So, you could fucking report somebody and get them kicked out of there if they say some shit, for
No,
real.
gym bros are very positive, dude.
Yeah,
They'll
they
like
all
help
were,
you.
all the ones I've dealt
They
with and
want you to be
talked to.
swole, dude.
I barely talked to any because I've only gone twice, but it's if they're just in passing, if they're like, "You done here?" or you need anything, they're pretty
Yeah.
pleasant and nice,
Yeah,
any of the ones
everybody's
I've dealt with.
nice.
I mean, I will say, I found out first day that I'm not too bad looking because the first 2 times I went, I got checked out by the same gay dude, and my wife noticed it too. There's a dude
Nice.
with pink hair who's working out at the gym, and first day sat down on the machine and he's staring over at me, and then he walks by and gives me eyes, and at first when he was looking at me, I was like, he's just looking at me because I walked into the room or something. I don't want to chalk it up to thinking that's what it is immediately because my head doesn't go to that in general. No matter what gender they are, my head doesn't think, oh, I'm getting checked out. I don't my head doesn't register things that way. I don't register when I'm getting flirted with, usually, even either. My wife will notice it. Ashley will be like, that cashier was flirting with you. And I'll be like, no, they weren't. And she's like, yeah, they fucking were. And it's so I don't register getting checked out or that stuff usually. And then he was walking back and forth in the gym to go grab something to wipe down the machines or whatever. And then as he's walking by, just staring me down too and sort of giving me eyes. And then we went back yesterday, same dude checked me out again, and we got in the car. And when we got in the car, Ashley's like, that same guy was checking you out again. And I was like, What are you gonna do? You know, I was like, hey, I've only worked out twice, and I'm already a
Hey, what
piece
can
of
I say,
ass. So
Ashley? If I got it, I got it.
yeah, like,
Okay, if you got it, you got it.
I don't know. Apparently, to gay dudes, I'm a piece of ass. She's like, yeah, you're a little otter, Kyle. They want your little otter butt, dude.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
apparently. You
I was,
are an otter.
yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm considered, man. It's like I mean, that's the smaller version of a bear, basically, from what I learned is over the years. I learned that years ago. I was told that I'm an otter, is that what it's considered. It's like
Yeah.
you're not a bear because I'm not big enough to be a bear, but like tiny, small, like short, get like tiny, small dudes
They
with like
told you you were
hairy
an
dudes.
otter and you were like, "Thank
Yeah.
you, daddy." And you,
No.
"Thank you, sir." Oh.
I was talking to one of our comedian friends who is a gay man, and I
Why do you
was
say it like that?
I don't know.
Like they're a foreman but
No.
gay. Like
Um, but yeah,
they're the leader of being gay. They're a gay man.
yeah, gay man. He was a gay man.
Yeah, they're one of the
Still is.
one of the
Yeah.
seven gay shamans of the earth. Told me
But
I
yeah,
was an
I was
otter.
I was having a conversation with him years ago, and I was like, I feel like if I was like a gay dude, I'd probably like I'd be like considered a bear, right? I was like, I'm like too
No,
hairy and
bears
like
are
too
big.
thick to be a twig.
You're a
And then he
fucking
was like,
cub, dude.
that's what I thought. I was like, I'd be like I was like, I'm too like small to be a bear. I'd be like a cub, right? And then he was like, that's not a thing. He's like, those are called otters. I was like,
Uh,
I was like, got it. Um, yeah, you cub
which
makes
is kind of a humiliating animal to be. You're just like, or for cum.
yeah.
That sucks, dude.
Isn't that a seal? I don't think that's an otter
Otters
sound.
make noises like that too, yeah.
Yeah,
Sea
our
lions and otters make pretty similar noises.
I don't think I've ever heard an otter. Then maybe I guess.
Hmm. Okay. I mean,
Yeah, I
they're
don't.
pretty similar species. Sea
Yeah,
lions and otters, they're pretty close.
I've never heard an otter noise in my
Yeah.
life, dude.
Otters are fucking cute as hell, dude.
They are, man. So it's
They're
like,
legit like adorable, dude. Now I want to go to the goddamn aquarium,
oh,
Kyle. You
dude,
got me.
let's hear an animal sound of an otter real quick.
Let's hear it. Did I get it right? Oh, I wasn't even close, dude. I was doing it. That was a seal.
Yeah, that's an
What the
otter.
fuck, dude? That's what an otter sounds like?
I guess according to Google, here's a YouTube
Damn, dude.
video of otter noises, dude. So let's hear otter noises.
It's so good.
Damn, that's cute as hell, dude.
Come with me.
So those are otter noises, dude. I guess.
I guess yeah, I guess I got it wrong. My bad. I'm sorry I'm not a
It almost sounds
fucking
like a
marine
dog whining.
biologist. Yeah,
Yeah,
it kind of does sound like a dog crying. They are like
yeah,
the little dog. They are like the puppies of the ocean.
yeah.
They're fucking dude. You got me like wanting to go to the aquarium now, dude. Just so I could be like, oh, look at this
Yeah.
fucking hell yeah, dude. I love sea life. That shit's super cute.
I haven't been to an aquarium.
It's been years.
Last time I went to an aquarium was in Chicago with our good buddy Louis D. Michael, and he has a bit in his act about it because I gave him an edible and he got too fucking high.
Yeah,
Like,
Louis is not good at handling weed, dude.
he was like,
Notoriously bad at
I gave
handling
him
his
one
weed.
10 milligram gummy, and he was like, "How much is this?" I was like, 10 milligrams. You'll be fine. I was like, I take like 5 of these.
Yeah.
Like he was like, okay, fine, I'll take one, and he took one, and we got to the aquarium, and as we're pulling up, and like we walk in, and he's like, dude. We walk in and it turns out it was like free aquarium day for all children with a Chicago ID
Oh
or something.
man.
So
You
there's
guys
just
subjected
hella
people's
kids there,
children to
dude.
a high Louis D.
Yeah, dude.
Michael. God damn it,
And
dude.
then they have like when you walk in, like when you're waiting in line, you can get like a picture taken in front of like this backdrop or whatever, like a commemorative photo. I was like, you want to get a commemorative photo? He's like, I can't fucking do that right now. He's like, he's like, dude, everyone's gonna know we're high. And I was like, dude, you took edibles. No one can smell anything. They have no
Yeah.
idea. Who's
Also,
gonna
it's
be like,
like,
hey,
dude,
you're high. Look at
I
your
mean,
eyes. Nobody's gonna do that here. You know how many people come high to the aquarium? I
yeah,
was
it's like
like,
Louis. People are gonna know we're high if you keep screaming it at a full volume. We're too
uh,
high. It's like, chill out, man.
I
Yeah,
was like, "You are." I was like, "I'm fine." I was
dude, I
like, "We're
remember
gonna be
this is so fun. This
okay."
is like the one of the first salsa parlor shows I ever like did. I stayed the night. I found like a weed pen the day after, and it was just we were cleaning up and somebody just left behind a weed pen. So I was like, nice, I'm gonna keep this. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, you want to hit this? And Louis hits it like once. And then like 20 minutes later, while we're cleaning up, I like, you remember in like the old house, not the one we lived at all together, but the one that just him and Zach lived at before where he had shows?
Yes.
So you know that like he had like the basement and then he had like that back door. You know that like little like the landing just like in between the two sets of stairs, right by
Yep.
the door. He
Yeah.
was just staring blankly in that area for like a good 40 seconds. I just kind of was watching him just be too high and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "No, I'm going to go lay down."
Yeah,
Like I need to
man.
take a nap.
That's funny. Yeah,
I'm like,
Louis doesn't do well with weed, but it's
not
fun to
really.
watch him get high because he doesn't really like do weed
He's
often.
so fun to smoke weed with though, because it
Yeah.
is funny to watch him be high.
Oh, it was hilarious, dude. We were at the aquarium and the shit he was saying was just the most high thoughts of anybody.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just like I was like letting him lead the tour at that point, just being like, let's let his mind take us on this journey.
I mean, I
Like,
know he's got a. I think he's trying to get into it a little more, trying to be a little better at it. Because last time I was at his apartment, he has like a one hitter and just like a jar of weed.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's he's hilarious too because it's already like pre-ground up, so he can just put it in the one hitter. He didn't have like nugs just chilling. He just has it ground up.
Hey man,
It's
to
like a
each their own. It's easier that way.
fine powdery weed. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, dude. I'm just glad he's smoking. It's better than boozing because I've boozed pretty hard with Louis too. So
Yeah. I've never been much
I've
of a
watched
boozer.
I've watched Louis drink like 20 beers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I couldn't do that. Nah, dude.
Yeah, I was boozing hard as hell at Tree Town, dude. I was hitting it. I was
Yeah.
having fun. Well, Brett Mercer, other friend of the pod, also one of the funnest people ever to drink with. So
Holds his alcohol well.
great hang to be boozing
Yeah.
with, dude.
He's a very silly guy. And you get a few drinks in that guy and get him loosening up,
Very
and
quick to be
he's
like,
fun.
"You want another beer? You want to drink more beer?" I'm like, "Yeah, actually, having fun,
Yeah. Brett Mercer's a good dude, longtime friend.
definitely."
Um,
Killed it
yeah.
at the festival when I was hanging there, dude. Crushed
He's
it.
uh he's at Detroit House of Comedy this weekend, opening for Adam Friedland. Um, so yeah, I just saw him on
Nice.
Tuesday as
Is there
well.
a Thursday show for that? You have a show tonight?
No, two Friday, two Saturday.
Gotcha. That's cool. So no work tonight?
No work tonight, dude.
Nice.
Got the night off. So yeah. We got a Thursday next week, but not this week.
Gotcha.
Usually at this point, most of our headliners just do Friday and Saturday, and the only time we really have Thursdays is if we've got a one-nighter plugged in.
Yeah.
Um, we don't give our headliners Thursdays as well, usually, because most of them don't sell that many tickets, honestly. And
Yeah.
we're not at a point to do that. So it's like we'd rather plug in somebody else who can sell the tickets on that night
Makes
if
sense.
we
Also
can.
gives you a little bit more variety on the acts. So,
Yeah. Also, what we've been doing a lot lately is like on Fridays, we'll have two different headliners. Like we'll have like the person who's doing the weekend does the early show, and then the late show will be like a different person who's just doing like a one nighter, and their one nighter is the Friday late show.
yeah.
So yeah, we also do that.
Fun stuff,
So
dude.
yeah, dude. Anywho, um, yeah, man, how's your week been?
It's been fairly good, I guess. You know what I mean? I've been trying to get stuff done. Just, submit to some festivals, including your festival. Just trying to take care of stuff, trying to do stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
just gonna make sure you get rejected, dude.
yeah, you said that before the pod.
Yeah. No, I want everybody to know though. So
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna even if you get all tens, from all the judges. I'm gonna go back in and change it to all zeros.
I probably won't, dude.
I'm gonna
I
go
really
in.
doubt I mean, I have a pretty good submission set, but I don't think I'll get all tens from
Well, I
your
don't care what you
panel.
get. They're gonna be all zeros when I'm done with you. No,
I don't know if
just
I'm.
kidding.
Yeah,
No, I don't. I
I might
shouldn't even
be.
say that that's a
I
thing.
might
People will
be.
be like, "Kyle does this. I heard it on his podcast." Like,
What?
somebody's gonna be like, "I knew he fucking rigged it. I knew it, dude." Like,
It's,
there's gonna
you
be
don't even
something.
watch the
Yeah.
submission videos.
I will. I do. But
Oh,
there's
you
like
do?
4 other judges too, and I don't see all of the submission videos. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like, because we get at least 5 judges on every clip. At least 5 judges on every clip, but we have more than 5 judges total. So, like, not every judge is gonna see every video, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes. Some judges will see them all if they're really busting ass to watch all of them, but most will not see every video. So,
Word.
yeah, I watch them, but I'm just one of 5. You know what I mean? Like, ultimately, I could give somebody a 10 and they could still not get in. It's happened. Like, it's absolutely happened in the past on more than one occasion where I've given someone a very high score and the rest of the judges just don't agree. You know, like,
Word.
it's just the way the fucking thing works, you know? It's like everybody likes different types of comedy sometimes, but that's also why, like, we try to have different styles of judges. Like, we get people who are reputable in comedy. We also get people who, like, are in the industry and not necessarily comedians either, you know? Like, so we try and have a mixture of people so there's non-biased judges, you know? We try and get people who aren't just comedians in Michigan so they don't just know all of the Michigan comics submitting and stuff. Because we get the largest, you know, it's like obviously the most concentrated amount of like comics we're going to get are from Michigan. While we get from like all over the world and all over the country, almost every comic in Michigan submits to the festival. You know, majority of them, at least, I think. I feel typically. Um, and so we don't want it to be biased. So we make sure to get people who are outside of the scene as well, like who don't know these people. So there isn't a biased nature to it.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
we
I don't
want it
really
to be as
even.
unbiased as possible. We don't want people getting in because of friendships. We
Yeah.
want people getting in based on merit of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. That's just the way it goes. And so it's like, it sucks, honestly, sometimes because like I've had in the past where I've seen like a video and I'm like, damn, I hope that comic gets in. They're fucking funny. And then they just don't get in. And I'm like,
What
fuck,
if
that
I
sucks,
what
dude.
if I give you $5 to make sure that I get in? What if I just like slip you a 5 like your grandfather would on your birthday?
Call it 650 and we got a deal.
You want a quarter?
I'm just really bad at negotiating. $1.50 more and you got a deal.
Six
Like,
dollars and I'll pay it in all gold dollars.
I'll meet you in the middle, 625. All right.
Nope.
Just Shark
Six.
Tank it.
6. That's my last offer, dude.
Ooh. All right. I'm out. So
All
you're gonna
right.
have to talk to Barbara Corcoran. I don't know. Talk to
Who?
Mark Cuban about it. You don't know who Barbara Corcoran is?
Oh, Barbara Court. Yeah, I mean, I don't
Okay.
really watch. I know who she is now, but I don't really watch Shark Tank very often. But
Oh,
yeah,
dude, you don't watch Shark Tank? I've seen every episode. It's the fucking best, man. I love Shark Tank, and here's what I love about it now is there's nothing innovative about it anymore. It's just people being like, I have the new latest protein bar. It's better than all the other protein bars.
is it really?
Like, because it's vegan, gluten-free. Like, it's like they're just trying to like do a new version of something that already exists now. Like
Yeah, there's
nobody has
no.
like nobody's innovating. Like in the first like probably like 5 seasons, there was a lot of innovators, like Scrub Daddy and stuff. Like that was in
I
like the
was gonna
first five
say, is Scrub
seasons. Like
Daddy really innovative? Isn't that just like a sponge?
no, it is innovative because it's like it hardens up in cold water and it gets softer in like hot water. So
Oh,
it's
that
like
does rule, actually.
Yeah, and so it's like the material it's made out of works that way, so it's like you could scrub harder if you run it under cold water, and then if
Yeah.
you run it under hot water, it softens up and it like works. But so it is innovative. It did do something that no other scrubbing tool did or does, and they have the patent on it, and
Wow.
nobody can ever do it.
Thank God. Thank God, dude.
I
The
mean, hey, dude.
world is a much better place with Scrub Daddy in it.
I mean, talk shit on Scrub Daddy, but they have amazing market
I'm
penetration.
literally
They're
not.
in
I'm saying
every
they're great.
store, dude. They are in
Saying
fucking
they're I'm
every store
saying
you go to. It's
I'm
crazy.
saying they're a gift from God
I don't know about
that
that,
he
but
bestowed upon us.
hey, man, I
I
think
mean,
a
God put the material required to make a Scrub Daddy on Earth, so it was a gift from God, from our Lord, if you think about it.
yeah, and probably some dude named Mark or something who created it.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
Mark
a
and
it's a
Gary,
middle-aged white dude. I don't know.
Mark and Gary
I don't know, man.
made
But
Scrub
yeah, it
Daddy.
probably literally though, like I mean
Also,
that
did you call
it's
it market penetration?
yeah, that's what it's
I
called.
fucking hate fucking
I've
business
watched
people, dude. The terms that they use are insane. Yeah, so we could fucking penetrate the market. Like, it's so aggressive, dude.
that's what
We could
it's
penetrate the market.
I've watched too
We
much
could
Shark Tank, so
fucking
I started
if
using
we
terms from
could
Shark
dick
Tank
down the
now.
market super hard, just drill it, dude. Just drill the market with Scrub Daddy.
Yeah, man, market penetration. That's what it's called, dude. It's like market penetrate how much market penetration you have is, it's like based on how many stores you're in and how many different
I
places
know, it's just
carry
an
you and
aggressive
shit.
term.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
all business terms are so aggressive, dude.
it's an aggressive term depending on how you view the word penetration, Jake, and what your head goes to, maybe. I think it says more about you than yeah, the actual term.
Sure, but
I don't
I
know.
mean, what do you I penetrate like either way, it's an aggressive thing, sexual or not. I just went to that because it's just the easiest thing comedically, but sexual or not, that's an aggressive fucking thing to be like, yeah, fucking penetrate the market, dude.
What would you call it?
I don't know, dude. But I would call it something more I don't know, gentle, I guess.
Maybe market saturation?
But that's why I'm not a businessman, dude. That's why I'm not a
Yeah.
billionaire, because I don't have that cutthroat, ruthless instinct. I don't
Yeah, dude.
have that cutthroat business lingo to
Yeah,
go
you'll
off
never be
of.
Mark Cuban, man, and that's
I'll
okay.
never penetrate the market, dude,
It's
with a product as innovative as Scrub Daddy.
hey, it's the number one product to ever come out of Shark Tank. It's sold billions of dollars.
Billions,
Yep.
billions.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
It
lot of
is
scrub.
the
That's a lot of Scrub Daddies,
think about
dude.
it. They're in like season 15 of this show, I think now. And like they are the number one product out of all and they do I think like 24 episodes a season with like probably 5 to 6 products per episode. Only some of them get picked up, but even including the ones that don't get picked up or the ones that do, they factor all of those into there. So all the products to ever come out of Shark Tank in 15 seasons uh, and they are number one. That's somewhat impressive to say the least. But yeah. I think the one that's interesting though that none of the sharks invested in years ago was Ring doorbells. Like the
Oh
fucking
yeah,
Ring
it is
doorbell.
really funny that they let that go.
They all let it go and they all did. And now that
Why?
thing is major. Like
I know, but like, why would they let that go? It's like
I
so
think like the
obviously a good
deal
idea.
I think they didn't think the technology was there and the deal wasn't right or something. Like they couldn't get the deal they wanted or something, and they thought it wasn't going to be as big. And they thought other people were going to like beat them to the market or whatever. And they're like, somebody could rip off this technology. And like, which is true. There's some other products out there that do it, but Ring is number one by a long shot out of all those brands. And that became like another billion-dollar company and none of them invested in it. Um, that's like the one where they all in the Shark Tank episodes they've talked about like that's the big product that got away from all of them is Ring doorbell. They all sort of say it's like the number one that got away.
Well, they should have fucking, I don't know, Should have
Yeah.
taken it more seriously. It's so obviously like a brilliant idea, but solves
Yeah.
so many problems.
But you also got to think about the perspective of like these people are like, you're probably going to get beaten to market or you're going to have competitors and you may not win this competition, you know? Like, and like I think that's what it was, is they're like, they knew there was other companies out there trying to make the same technology at the same time as them, but Ring ended up still winning, you know?
Yeah,
In the end, and they're still the biggest and the number one. But there are competitors out there, but Ring is the number one.
sure.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, but yeah, man, I love Shark Tank.
That's cool, dude.
I watch it every week, the new
Maybe you and Mark
episode.
Cuban can penetrate the market together, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he's only on for one
Just
more
go
season.
raw dog it with him this next season, dude.
Apparently next season is his last season on contract, and I don't think he plans on re-upping because he doesn't like the people he works with on there. Apparently he doesn't like, I mean, like, he doesn't get along very well with the rest of the investors on that show for the or at least some of them he does, but like him and like the one dude fucking
The bald
Kevin
guy.
O'Leary, yeah, who's like the
Yeah.
Trump dude.
Kevin
um
O'Leary's kind of a cunt, dude.
Oh, he is. He's like a hardcore Trump guy, like a MAGA guy.
Yeah.
Which isn't shocking. And Mark Cuban is not. Mark Cuban is not a Republican like that. I
Yeah.
mean, like, he might fiscally be, I could see that, but like he's not a Republican. He was like very anti-Trump when Trump was like running for office, and Kevin O'Leary was like wearing MAGA hats on Instagram and stuff. Like, you know, like he was like full-fledged like Donald Trump.
Let's go.
And so yeah. Uh Whenever I'm watching Shark Tank now and I see like Kevin O'Leary invest inside of a minority owned business, I was like, what are you guys doing? Come on, you know he doesn't like you. Like, like every time I'm like, I'll be watching it with Ashley. I'm like, they just took a business deal from a guy who's a racist, dude. Like, he doesn't like them. He hates
Yeah.
their kind. What are you doing? Like,
Jesus.
like, every time. That's my reaction. I'm like, you guys are stupid. He wanted you deported. What are you doing? Like,
Oh my God.
like, he did. He was like in favor of that shit, dude. Like, it's wild. Where I'm like, it's always wild to me whenever like a minority business ends up like taking a deal from him. I'm like, you guys must be desperate or have not done your research. Like, I don't get it.
I mean,
Um,
yeah. Take the
Mark
money, I
Cuban seems
guess.
like the shit though, but apparently next season is his last one on contract. I saw him in an interview, and somebody was asking him like, "Are you? We heard you're leaving the show or whatever in the future or like soon." And he's like, "Well, I only have one more season on contract." He's like, "And I don't have any plans on renewing." Um, and so like, if Mark Cuban leaves, that show is probably going to take a bit of a dip because he's the coolest person on there. Everybody who comes in wants a deal from Mark Cuban.
True.
Everyone.
True.
Yeah. So he's also like, I think he's the only billionaire on that show too.
No, I think that Kevin O'Leary, I think they're all very wealthy. Let's look it
They're
up.
millionaires. They're all
I think Kevin
millionaires.
O'Leary might be a billionaire, dude.
I don't think he is, dude. I think he's a millionaire, but I don't think he's a billionaire.
Let's
I
look it up.
think
I'm curious. I want to know how much they're all worth now. I mean, I know Mark Cuban's billions, but I'm curious now. You got me wondering, dude.
sure. Although Mark Cuban is the only billionaire in the main cast. However, he's not the richest
Whoa.
investor to ever become a shark. That honor belongs to Sir Richard Branson, who was only in a couple episodes. He was just like a guest shark for a couple
Yeah.
episodes. But Mark Cuban is the only billionaire in the main cast. Yeah, I thought so.
Okay. Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, interesting, right?
Yeah, I just kind of assumed they were all billionaires. I guess you see him sitting next to Mark Cuban, and I was just like, they're all billionaires, dude.
Barbara Corcoran is worth 100 million.
That's still
Lori
a lot.
Greiner, 150 million. Robert Herjavec is 200 million. Damon John, who started Fubu, is 350 million.
Lot.
Kevin O'Leary is worth 400 million. Kevin Harrington, who's not even main cast, he's another guest shark, is 400 million. I don't know why he's even listed here. He shouldn't even count. And then Mark Cuban is 4.6 billion.
God damn, he's flexing on all these hoes, dude.
Dude, so
He's
much more money than
flexing
the
on
rest
all
of-
these
He
hoes.
also owns the Dallas Mavericks.
I was gonna say
too.
none of these motherfuckers even have basketball team money, and he has a basketball team.
Yeah. But it's like he basically invented streaming back in the day. You know that, right? Like his first company was like the first stream, like live stream website, and he
Oh, no,
sold
I
it.
don't. Nope, don't remember that.
Yeah, Mark Cuban helped create internet streaming, like live streaming.
Cool.
Yeah. So like
Good for him, dude.
that's why he's so filthy rich. Yeah. He helped create that shit. It's pretty wild. But yeah, and he did that like back in college. And then sold it like right after college and then did more tech investments and shit. And he's just sold so many companies. And I've also seen him asked in interviews where people are like, how much money do you make off of like Shark Tank products? And he's like, it is like less than 1% of my income.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He's like, I do that shit for fun, basically. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't do it because I need to do it. He's like, I don't make anything off these businesses most of the time. He's like, usually I don't even see a return on investment.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, he's like, and the ones that I do, it's less than 1% of my income.
Right. I mean, he's making so much money off of just owning the Mavericks.
That's why it's like you think about it, it's crazy. Like it's so wild to watch somebody be like, I need $100,000. And then it's like, that's nothing to him. Like, that's what's
Yeah.
crazy, dude, is that ain't shit to that's like somebody asking us for, like, $10.
Yeah,
You know what
basically.
I mean?
It's nothing.
It's like 10 or $20 from us, and he's like, 100,000 is like $10 or $20 for us. That's, like, so wild to think about that perspective where it's like, that's how little that amount of money means to him. He's like, "Could I go buy a new car, or could I buy half of a new car that I want, or could I just give it to a business and take part of their business shares?"
Kyle, do you want to fly out to Dallas and suck off Mark Cuban? Like, you're just
Oh,
like, dude, he's got so much money. He's so cool.
I think Mark Cuban's the shit, dude. I'd love to meet
I
Mark
actually do
Cuban.
like Mark Cuban. Like, most billionaires are kind of shitty, but he's cool.
He seems like a cool ass dude.
He's got that website he's got that pharmacy website where you can buy a lot of, important drugs, like
Mhm.
generic versions of them for cheap. That's pretty
Yeah.
sick.
They're also getting one of
They're
the
like,
recent episodes. He's working with like this like pet company now, and they're gonna be getting into the pet medicine space on that same site too.
oh yeah, what's the company?
I forget what it's called, but like they help manufacture generics of like pet medicine and stuff like that, I think. And so they're going to be rolling that into that generic medication site that he has or whatever, that you're just talking about. They're going to be opening a animal line of it as well.
That's tight. I
It
mean, yeah,
is,
that's
man.
smart,
That's
dude.
cool as hell. Where he's like, he genuinely does shit. Like, he's just doing this shit to help people. Like, he's so rich. And like, most billionaires just want to keep their wealth. And he's like, I want to find a way to help people. Like, he's just giving people money. And then he's fucking starting like sites so people can get like prescriptions for cheaper, which is the opposite of the Martin Shkreli model. Like, he's basically anti Shkreli,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So yeah, man. Instead of buying a prescription and like jacking it up for insurance companies, instead he's like, I'm gonna get these
Yeah.
prescriptions at a lower cost to you directly.
Yeah, I'm gonna push back on something you said because a lot of billionaires and wealthy people do donate money like a lot. But here's the thing: every time it gets reported that like Jeff Bezos donated like $5 million to something, everybody just takes it and goes, "Could have fucking donated way more." It's like, well, no shit, but he's still and that they use that same comparison where it's like I gave them $10 and it's like, but no, he gave them 1 million. It's like they
Yeah.
still got $1 million. You're missing the point a little bit.
Oh
You're
no, that's not
blinded
what I
by your
mean.
hate. No, no, no. This is a separate
Yeah.
point I'm making. I'm like, you
Okay.
are blinded by your hatred so much that you're like, you can't even be happy that this charity got $5 million because you're like, he
Yeah,
could have
no.
gave more. It's
That's
like, what
not
the
what I
fuck are
meant
you
by it.
doing?
I just meant like it's crazy that like 100,000 is like $10 to us. I don't mean like
No,
you
I
could have
know,
given
but
them
I'm saying
more.
they
You could have
use
given them
that
200,000. Like that's not what I meant.
they use
Yeah.
that same like model of
I know what you mean.
being like you giving them 5 million is like me giving them $10, and it's like, yeah, but the charity still got you can't just be happy that the charity got $5 million.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
Yeah.
he should actually give the charity $150 billion. It's like, what?
I think people are more critical like that when the more evil the billionaire is or the millionaire is, that's when people are more like that. Like if like
Mm,
Mark Cuban donates a large sum of money, most people aren't like, "Oh, you could have given more." But it's like if Jeff Bezos donates a large sum of money, people are like, "You could have done more." Like, like cuz everybody kind of hates Bezos, but not
yeah.
everybody hates Mark Cuban,
No, I know. I
Like
get that, but I'm
yeah.
like, you can't just be happy that a charity got millions of dollars, you fucking
Yeah.
weirdo. It's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I also like the Mark Cuban model better, where instead of just donating money, but he's like giving them money to work on their business. It like I get this would I
Yeah,
don't know if
Mark
this is
Cuban's a
gonna
cool fucking guy, man. I
this
hope the
might
Mavericks win
sound
a championship.
this might come off like a sad story, but I think it's a positive story. Here is when I was like coming out of a Rite Aid one day in downtown Detroit, and there's almost always homeless dudes standing outside of this Rite Aid because it's on
Yeah,
Woodward.
yeah.
And the dude just keeps asking everybody for money, and then one dude comes out like in front of me as I'm exiting the Rite Aid, and he hands this homeless guy a case of waters, and he says, "Sell these waters, make yourself some money, or make money yourself, and stop begging people for money." He's like, "Here's your start." And like hands him a case of waters. He's like, sell these for $1, make some money for yourself, and then stop begging people for money. Work for your money like the rest of us have to do. And I was like, damn, that's actually like kind of fucking awesome. Where he's like,
Wait,
here's how
Mark
you make
Cuban did
money.
that?
No, this dude did it when at the Rite
Oh, at
Aid,
the
like that
Rite
I was
Aid.
coming out of. Like he just literally handed the homeless guy a
It
case of
is
waters.
nice, but it also is like borderline cruel at the same
That's
time
what
where
I
it's
mean. Where,
like,
but it's like it's also it's not, dude, because it's like it is being like, hey, dude, you're begging everybody for money, and if you want money, here's a way to make
it is
money.
a little borderline cruel to ask somebody who's probably mentally ill to start their own business.
I don't think so.
Like,
I
hey,
don't
man,
know.
I know you're
You're
struck.
assuming this
I know you're,
person's mentally
dude.
ill. Don't assume just because they're homeless, they're
Most homeless
mentally
people
ill.
have some sort of mental illness. That's like why
That's
a lot of
not
people.
necessarily
It's
true.
actually very true. That's why a lot of people end up on the streets is because of mental illness, Kyle.
I don't know about that, dude. I think there's a chunk of them, but there's a lot of people who
Either
end up on the
way, there's
streets,
a good
especially in
chance.
Detroit. There's a lot of people who end up on the streets just because they can't afford to live, especially in this day and age,
I'm just
man.
saying, yes, that is true also, but I'm saying there's a good chance he handed that man that 24 case of water, and he's like, has schizophrenia, and he thinks that fucking a demon just was like, yeah, start your own business and make some money. Like, yeah, that's not good.
No, I think it's great. I think it was a great move. I
All
loved it,
right, well then
honestly.
start going and take. I'm gonna give you $100, and you start buying cases of water, 24 packs of water, and passing them out to homeless people and say, there's your start. And then I want you to report back to me and tell me how many times you got stabbed.
I'm not doing it. Why would I do it?
I don't know. I just
No.
thought it'd be an interesting study to see if
No.
that's an effective method.
Dude, there's like
Since you liked it so much, I think that's weird. I think that's
I think
really
there's like
weird.
if we're being honest, in Detroit regularly during the summertime, there is fucking children standing on the corners near like fucking red lights just selling bottles of water to make money. If you're homeless and you're outside all day,
Bro,
you can
if
do
you
it. These
are
kids are
walking
outside
down the
doing it.
street, are you buying a bottle of water from a dirty homeless guy?
I don't know.
No, you're not. I know you,
If it's
Kyle.
coming
Shut
fresh
the
out of a
fuck up,
case of
dude.
water, I'm not, but
Shut
some
up,
people
dude.
will, dude. I don't give a fuck. I
Most
think it's a great
people
move.
won't.
I thought when I saw it happen, I
Most
was
people, I
like,
like how you
I
compared
love
it to
this
like a
guy's
cute
move.
child, though, selling like lemonade and shit, dude. Where you're like, dude, people want to support a fucking lemonade stand for kids.
I would be more apt to give a homeless guy uh $1 for a sealed bottle of water than I would for just him standing there.
All right. Well, we should move on. I mean, I think we solved the homeless problem, so I think we can move on.
I don't know. I thought it was a great move on that guy's part.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
Let's try to be friends with Mark Cuban, dude. I think that's the next move.
Yeah, sounds easy, dude. I don't see
Try to
any
get
issue there.
I mean, I'll get a job as a ball boy on the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay. Easy
And
first
then
step.
easy first step. And then, move up from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take it from there, dude.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, obviously the rest is just writing on the walls. It's like you start as a ball boy, then you become best friends.
All
It's
right.
like that's
Well,
the
since
natural
you
progression.
don't believe in me, dude, I'm gonna stop doing the pod and I'll talk to you in 5 years when I am his best friend.
Okay.
And I'm on fucking Shark Tank with $100 million, dude, being like trying to find the next scrub daddy.
Good luck, dude. Just fucking gluten-free protein bars now. It's all it is,
I
man.
lose my fortune investing in bad protein products.
It's literally just like vegan versions of foods that already exist and
Yeah.
gluten-free
It's not even,
versions
dude, it's not
of
even
chips.
food. All
Yeah.
that protein bar, it's
Okay.
like it's not even real food, dude. It's just processed bullshit.
Dude, I swear to God, everything on Shark Tank now, every episode, it's got like 5 to 6 products, and 3 of them are just food items that are like a new, healthier way to consume this food item that you've been eating for your whole life. And
Yeah.
it's like, yo, you changed one ingredient in here. They're like, it's protein bars, but with
Yeah.
crickets, huh? You're like, cool, dude. You put
With
bugs in a
crickets.
protein bar.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, do you guys like candy and chocolate? Well, good news, we fucking ruined it.
Yeah, it's literally exactly.
We made it taste like shit in addition to adding a little bit of nutrients to it.
Do you guys
Not
like
a not a worthy trade-off.
do you guys like desserts with sugar and high fructose corn syrup? Well, we took all of that out.
Yeah.
Now
We
it's
took
just
all the good shit, dude.
yeah.
All the
We don't
fat
use
and
any
carbs and
sweeteners
sugar.
at all.
Yeah.
Have you had a dessert that's not sweet before? Well, now you have.
Have you ever had a candy bar sweetened with stevia? No, because you don't want to fucking kill yourself. But good news, we've made ones for people who do want to kill themselves.
Yeah. This is chocolate, but it's completely unsweetened, so it just tastes like cacao nibs.
We got some unsweetened chocolate. It tastes tastes as harsh as the slavery it was made with.
Jesus Christ.
You should stop eating chocolate, by the way,
Yeah.
guys. I don't know if you know much about the chocolate trade. You're supporting slavery.
Jesus.
You are. I don't know if you know anything
I
about
love
chocolate. It's
chocolate. Don't tell
bad,
me
dude.
that.
Yeah, it's not. You should never buy shit from Hershey's, dude.
I'm a big chocolate guy, dude.
The cacao industry is bad.
Reese's are the best. I
I
can't I
know.
can't not
That's the thing
support
that's
Hershey's.
it's brutal because I do like chocolate too, but yeah, every time I eat a Snickers bar now, I'm like, some kid had to fucking struggle for this, dude.
Yeah. That's rough. Oh
And then
man.
they just have those fucking commercials, and it's like, you're not the same when you're hungry. And it's like, what about these kids over here? They're probably pretty hungry.
Well, you want to talk about some kids who never had to struggle for shit? We can talk about Vended.
Yeah, let's talk
Slipknot
about
Son's band.
the Nepo babies of
The
metal,
Nepo babies
baby.
and Vended.
The
Yeah.
Nepo babies of the metal world.
For anybody who doesn't know, Vended is Vended. It's Vended, but they say Vended because that's cool, dude.
Then they're
Yeah,
sick as
Vended.
hell, dude.
They actually have some good songs. They got
They
some
do. No, they're a
bangers.
good band. I'm not
Yeah.
hating.
The drummer
I'm
is
hating on them
Sean
have money.
Crahan. The drummer of the band, I hate his dad. His dad is the clown from Slipknot, Sean Crahan, and he's a fucking douchebag. Which, like, on another metal story, real quick, we'll just tangent to this one before getting into Vended. Then Clown also released like some statement like this week talking about like Slipknot's gonna be probably releasing some new music this year, but not a full album. And then he's like, yeah, we left. So he's like, on like the idea, he goes, I'm very excited about this idea of a new drummer, said Clown, as transcribed by Metal Injection. There's many reasons for it. It's not to be confused. It doesn't matter what the situation may seem like, unless you're in a band to understand there's no hard feelings. There never was. We just went our way. Understand? There was really no bad things. That's as much as I can say. And so like he says there was no hard feelings with like the split of drummers. It's like, yo, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you saw the same post we did that Jay Weinberg made, dude. But Jay Weinberg said he was blindsided and devastated. Like it's
It's
like,
also what they did to Joey
uh,
Jordison. They also
yeah,
blindsided him.
yep,
They didn't give
yeah,
him any warning or anything, and it's like, and then it turned out like Turned out later they thought he was, like, on drugs because he was having trouble walking and shit, and turns out he just had, like, a disease. He had
Yep.
transverse myelitis.
Yeah.
It's, like,
And
pretty
like
serious.
and now they use his likeness at their shows and everything to be like R.I.P. Joey. And they showed out these big screens, like a picture of him and everything. Like, and it's like so fucked up. It's like, yo, you guys like blindsided and kicked him out because you thought he was on drugs and he
Yeah.
just had
I
like a
mean,
disease.
I'm
And
sure
now
they
you got
do
and like,
love
well,
him,
his
but,
family
like
is like pissed about it. They hate it. Like they
oh,
hate that
okay.
Slipknot's doing this because like they're like,
Okay.
what the fuck? They're like, you kicked this dude out, devastated him when he was like diseased and shit. And it's like, and you guys are now just being like, RIP, we miss him so much. And it's like, do you? It's like
Yeah.
maybe you do, but it's like you didn't show it back then. Now you are all of a sudden. But it's like I
Didn't
think it's
also they
wild.
refuse to give, like, what some of his drum kits back because they wanted to display it in, like, some sort of fucking
They still
museum?
do. They well, Knotfest when they tour with Knotfest and stuff, like, and they do
Yeah.
like their festival tour, their once a year festival. I think that was just a once a year festival.
Yeah,
They
dude, that's
literally
really
have like
fucked up to keep his equipment, dude.
but when they were touring Knotfest and they were touring it around the country, they had like a little tiny like museum tent type thing set up with like his equipment and stuff in it, being like, here's history, like along with some other Slipknot memorabilia and shit. But it's like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. It's like you were supposed to give that back to his family. You're not
You know
supposed to
what's
hold on to
interesting
that.
though is just knowing just from being in bands and knowing a lot of behind the scenes shit is what's very interesting is that all the music equipment owned by the members of Slipknot, at least the stuff that they're touring with, is probably stuff that is just owned by them as like an entity or a company, and they just play it and are supplied with it as like members of the band. Because like I've known plenty of musicians that like just had like sweet ass guitars and like technically I don't own this. Like we just as a band like own this equipment. Like if I got kicked out of the band, I wouldn't be legally entitled to any of this shit, which is very unfortunate because like they should just give that shit back to his family. But
Yeah,
legally,
maybe
I'm
I
saying
don't know the
that's how they're
logistics.
I'm saying probably more than likely, legally speaking, that's probably how they're getting away with that shit, dude.
Maybe.
It's
And
not like his
I
personal
know
like
like
bought stuff.
he did have his own sponsors, so it was at least given to him. I don't know if it was given to
Yeah.
him or given to the band, but Joey
Yeah.
Jordison
I
had his own
probably
individual
was
drum
given to the
sponsors.
band. I know, but I'm saying that's probably for like personal owned shit. He's getting supplied stuff too. But like
Yeah.
the stuff that they're touring with is like owned by them as an entity, not really by the individual members. Because they're a
Yeah.
large scale business. They're not just a band. They're a business and an operation. Like,
They are 100% a business at this
yeah.
point. I don't even consider
I
Slipknot
mean,
really like a band
all
anymore.
bands are a business to some extent, but
To
yeah,
some extent, this band is more of a business now than they are a band. And like I think
sure.
certain bands cross into that territory. Kiss crossed into that territory, like where it's like it becomes a business at a certain point over becoming a
Yeah, I'm
band. And it's
surprised
like
there's not like Slipknot action figures and shit.
there is.
Oh my god. Yeah.
They just released that they're gonna become playable skins inside of Dead by Daylight, the video game. 8 of the Slipknot
Which
members.
that game got trash reviews and I watched gameplay for it. It looks
It
fucking
sucks.
terrible,
Yeah.
dude.
But like
That's
what
the vampire game, right?
No, it's the game where you chase people down. Like there's like 4 survivors and then 1
Oh, okay.
killer.
I'm thinking of a different game.
Okay, so this game is like there's like 1 killer and then there's like 4 survivors and like you gotta like escape essentially like the killer and
Uh
can't get killed. It's a weird game. It's not a great game either, but this game pretty much at this point is relying off of downloadable content. Every few months they'll release like a new horror movie as the killer or something. Like every horror movie you can think of, like the villain or the killer in that horror movie is a playable skin in Dead by Daylight.
yeah,
Like
okay.
every single one that you can think of, basically. And like they keep releasing new ones, and Slipknot's the next ones in this series. But regardless, this whole fucking clown thing, dude, like he literally said, he's like, oh, there's no hard feelings between us and Jay. And it's like, I think maybe for you, there's no hard feelings. It's like, I don't think you could speak on Jay's behalf. He said he was devastated. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, there's no hard feelings. It's like, I think
Yeah.
maybe from your side of things, clown, like, um, but yeah, which is it's just making a statement like that is honestly just kind of fucking gross, like where it's like I don't think you're taking other people's feelings into account here. Like you're just
Yeah,
taking your
I don't
own.
like those guys. I don't like those guys. Sorry, I'm
I
fucking sleepy as hell, dude. I'm not trying to be. I should have got a
I
Red Bull before this.
I shit on Slipknot a lot. I talk a lot of shit about them, but I still have a lot of love for them, and it's fucked up, and I wish I didn't.
See,
It's like
I'm
I
fine
have a
with never
toxic
listening to him,
relationship with
honestly.
Slipknot. I have a very toxic relationship with Slipknot at this point, where they make me so angry, but I also can't look away. Like, you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
like I can't leave it. I'm just like I got it. I'm sticking around. Like even
I
though I don't
guess.
like their new music that they put out, like I haven't liked a lot of their shit in a long time. I love so much of their old shit, and I love the aesthetics and how they reinvent themselves. And it's like the teasing of the new band members and everything. It's like I don't know. There's something about it that just keeps me hooked, and it's like I don't like that, but there is. And so yeah, I mean, and even on that topic of drummer, we sort of talked about
What
it
if we
last
got
week.
you like some sort of operation that could remove the part of your brain that's obsessed with Slipknot?
I
Like not
wish,
a
dude.
lobotomy, but like something close.
Can you take the epilepsy part out of my brain
Can we
too?
eternal sunshine of the spotless mind of your brain to just not enjoy Slipknot anymore? Dude,
I
oh, we could get you hypnotized.
no.
Dude, we could have you hypnotized to fucking every time Slipknot comes on, you just like you're like, turn this bullshit off. What? That's not music. It's not fucking, but you still like Corn and obviously other heavy music shit. But
Yeah,
Slipknot, you're like, this fucking sucks. You're like, can we do that?
probably not.
I think we should.
I don't think so, man.
Get you in the sunken place, dude.
Nah. I think I might be too apprehensive to it, so it may not take.
Too apprehensive to
Hypnotism.
hypnotize?
Yeah.
Hypnotism?
I think like you got to be like a willing participant for it to work from what I've heard.
Oh,
And I don't
okay.
think I would be. I think I'd be like I got too much pushback on it, I think. Um
Why?
I just don't totally believe in it. And so like
I thought about getting hypnotized to quit smoking once.
yeah.
I heard that works, but like it was like $300 for a session. I was like,
You're like I'd rather
nah,
just keep buying smokes.
rather just keep smoking, dude.
I'll spend $300 this year on smokes. Yeah, I'll
I'd
be
rather just
fine.
keep smoking. No, I just don't think I had. I was like 20. I just don't think I had because they wanted 3 sessions too. They're like, it takes 3 sessions, and I'm like, yeah, of course it does.
Yeah,
I just don't think I had $900 lump sum. I think I was like 20 years old, living with my dad.
fair enough. But anyways, back on to Slipknot. We're not done.
Oh, big stretch. You see that
back
big
on the
stretch, dude?
yeah, dude.
Oh, that was
Back on the
good.
Slipknot on the
That
knot,
felt
dude.
amazing.
With the whole drummer thing, we talked about it last week. How they had a
Yeah.
3-team trade, and it turns out that 3-team trade is real. So they put a picture up on their Instagram this week teasing a new drummer, basically, and all it was a picture of a broken drumstick on the ground, and the drumstick is the exact same drumsticks that are played by Eloy Casagrande, who is the ex-drummer for Sepultura that has been
Nice.
suspected to become the new drummer of Slipknot. And that this drumstick is a very specific like Pro Mark drumstick, and it's the exact same ones that he plays. And like so they're basically confirming it without actually confirming it, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Where it's like you can look at all the pictures of Eloy playing drums in the past, and he's using these exact same drumsticks every single time. In all of his Sepultura photos, all of his drumming videos, and everything he's ever done. So, that's their new drummer. So literally, Sepultura traded their drummer. Their drummer left to go to Slipknot. Slipknot's drummer left and went to Suicidal Tendencies because Suicidal Tendencies drummer left and went to Sepultura. So it's a big 3-team trade that happened there, like we talked about previously.
Yeah. That's
So
cool.
pretty
Good for
wild.
all. Yeah, good for everybody involved, I
It
guess.
all worked out, you know, in a weird way. I mean, so uh yeah, that's basically their new drummer. Is the drummer from Sepultura, Eloy Casagrande is his name. He's a Brazilian dude. Um so yeah. Uh Anywho, we can move back backtrack over into Vended as we were. Which is the Nepo
You know
baby,
what,
the
dude?
drummer.
I don't know if I want to give these fuckers any more exposure, dude. To be honest with you, after we were just talking about what scumbags their dads are, I'm like, I don't know if I want to support these little pieces of shit.
I'll still support him. So the drummer is Simon Crahan, son of the horrible Sean Crahan. But Simon Crahan fucking rips at drums, dude. He's a great drummer. That dude's been like sponsored for drumming since he was like 16 years old by SJC. Probably
I
helps with
wonder
his
how he got
dad.
that.
Yeah,
I
but
wonder how he got
he
that, dude.
he also like, you got to think like dude got to like kind of train with Joey Jordison and stuff and watch Joey Jordison practice as a kid and whatnot. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm
Like,
not really ever impressed when people are like really good at something when they've just been supported as a young child and got into it at a young age. It's like, yeah, of course you're great.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then there is Griffin Taylor is the vocalist, which is Corey Taylor's son, and boy, does he sound like his dad. He
yeah.
sounds just like a young version of his dad, like identical, especially in this song. Like his screaming sounds like it, and then he starts trying to sing in it, which the singing is not good.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
it's not that it's not good. I just
yeah,
don't really
it's just
like
like it doesn't fit the song.
yeah, I just don't want know why all these like heavy metal like why would you need to throw a hard rock chorus into the middle of this heavy ass song? Just
It's
keep it heavy.
weird, dude. Yeah, like this song is
Weird.
like
It's dumb. It's like I don't understand why that's like necessary for radio.
this this song has too many styles in it. I think the problem with this band is they still don't know what their sound is going to be. And you could tell, like, they still don't know. Like, if you look at all their songs they've released, they're kind of all over the board. Some are heavier than others, and it's like, this is just, I think, not it.
I think
Like,
they're just
but
gonna keep ripping off Slipknot and then
yeah.
being heavy and soft. I think they're gonna do what Slipknot does, where they have like softer shit and then have heavier shit.
Yeah, I also think it is definitely Griffin Taylor and Simon Crahan's band, and they're gonna end up doing what their dads do and swapping out members as they please, because it is these two guys' band. Like,
Sure.
and all of the rest of the members are basically people who've been brought in by these two. Um, and so it's like one of those things where it's like if they want somebody out, they're gonna be gone. Like, and that's what it's gonna be. And it's inevitable. Right now, the band is sticking together, but it's like until they want somebody gone, like um but yeah, it sounds a lot like old Slipknot and the vocals in this, I I would compare it to this sounds like a weird comparison, but stick with me to make it. It reminds me almost of like Detroit rap, where like Detroit rap is just kind of offbeat, Like the rapper is usually rapping a little offbeat. Like it's not usually like on beat with the song. And that's how the singing in this song feels. It feels just offbeat. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah. Just like slightly off the
Yeah.
tempo.
It doesn't feel like it belongs or like he's just slightly off, I
It's like
guess.
J.K. Simmons and Whiplash. It's not quite my tempo. It's
Yeah.
not quite my tempo.
Yeah. So we'll play a little bit. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Some heavy riffage, some real sick drumming up top, you know what I mean? I dig it, like, when it first kinda gets going, but then it's like the vocals come in, it's like, ah. Compare that to, like, Wait and Bleed by Slipknot, and it sounds like the same guy.
I mean, yeah, his screaming is sick as hell, dude.
It sounds like Wait and Bleed, like, era or, like, Spit It Out,
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like early, like, self-titled Slipknot.
Nah, he's tight, dude.
Let's get to the shitty singing, dude. There's some cool breakdowns and stuff inside the song too. I'll just play that much
I
and we'll
mean, they're
call
a
it what
cool
it is. But
band, but
yeah.
it's like I don't know, man. It's like if the Greta Van Fleet kids were Led Zeppelin's children.
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
that
I
make
get what you mean.
sense?
Yeah, for sure,
Where it's like there
absolutely.
doesn't need to be another band that sounds exactly like Slipknot.
Mhm.
We still have Slipknot.
And I also kind of chalk this up a bit to them not knowing their own sound yet. You know what I
Or
mean? Like
having
I've
your
said.
own like identity.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather you told me Corey Taylor's son was in like a cool hipster indie rock band that was like kind of poppy and had a lot of synthesizers. I'd be like, cool.
Yeah,
He's
for sure.
saying he's not doing what his dad's doing. That's
I
tight.
guess the thing that I enjoy about this is Slipknot is not in this phase of their music anymore. Like they have gotten a lot softer now and
Yeah,
stuff
but
and like more
okay,
melodic
that's
and
what
it's
I
like
mean though. It's like where they're just cashing in off of your nostalgia
yeah.
for his dad's band.
Yeah.
That's
And
what Greta Van Fleet does with all these fucking boomers and their stupid ass music. They're
For
like,
sure. And if you look at the YouTube comments too, a lot of it is even says like this sounds like self-titled era of Slipknot. And it's like, yeah,
right,
that's what it sounds like. It sound like their first few songs that they were releasing under Vended sounded like the Iowa era of Slipknot, like Dead to Me. Like their first that song fucking rips. Dead to Me by Vended is so good. It's like it's heavy all the way through. There's no singing in it. It's got sick riffs and like really good breakdowns. It's a fantastic song. This song, not so much. Um, but it's like I feel like they are trying to do more singing because when I saw early interviews with like Vended and like Griffin Taylor was like talking about how when he was on the road after like performing and stuff, he'd be like coughing up blood and stuff because he didn't know how to like use his vocals and use his voice properly.
yeah,
And like, so like, I think he's trying to lean into more singing because like he doesn't want to keep doing that, you know, and he realizes what it can do to you like vocally now. And so they're like trying to get more singing incorporated into their music. And with them doing that, it's starting to sound more like the self-titled era than the Iowa era of Slipknot, which is kind of funny that they're making that like progression. Like they still sound like Slipknot, just one album further, you know? Like we're like, yeah, you still sound like old Slipknot, just like now you're self-titled and not Iowa, you know? But yeah, they got to get away from sounding like Slipknot in general, I think, and find their own
I think
sound.
so. Yeah,
Yeah. I do enjoy it for that reason, though, I think right now. But I think once they find their sound, I'm not going to enjoy it anymore, is what I think. Unfortunately, because the way they're headed with their music, like the way that it seems they're headed with their last couple songs that they've released with the singing they're incorporating and trying to get a little bit more melodic in certain or melodic. I keep saying melodic in certain parts, melodic.
melodic.
Yeah, melodic. More melodic in certain parts. Like um I feel like that direction that they're headed in is going to be more where they're headed for the future. And I don't like that. And they're just going to become, I think they're just going to try and get more and more radio friendly, um, like Slipknot did. And I'm not necessarily excited for that. So I don't know. I think the first album is not going to be very good if I have a prediction. But what do I know? I hope it's fantastic and I hope I'm wrong. So
I'm sure it'll be fine. I
yeah,
just
we'll
don't
see.
really like that type of metal, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not really my thing.
Yeah. All right.
I like some Slipknot stuff though.
Yeah. We got one last thing here, man. Um, then we can wrap it up. It looks like Blue Ridge Rock Festival is coming back this year.
Tight.
Which is pretty wild because last year, if anybody remembers, for anybody who doesn't know, last year was canceled midway through the weekend due to what the organizers called continued severe weather. Though a report surfaced a few days later suggesting that stagehands working the festival were planning to walk out on September 9th due to poor working conditions. The report alleged that stagehands presented a list of demands to organizers the evening of September 8th, saying conditions needed to be improved or a strike would happen. But they denied all of this. They claimed it didn't happen. And then apparently, Blue Ridge Rock Festival attendees then complained about not getting refunds from the organizers, which is an issue that stretched into January of 2024 of this year and beyond. This is all compounded by the fact that Blue Ridge Rock Festival was also under investigation by the Virginia Department of Health after people reported gastrointestinal issues in the days after the festival, meaning that people were claiming they got like food poisoning and shit from the festival, which is pretty wild. And I don't know if anybody who listened back when we first talked about this last year remembers that this festival is ran by the guy who runs the festival and got to talk about it.
Sly.
His name is Jonathan Sly, which like sounds like
It's
the most
the
shady
most
name.
con man name of all time.
And we were started referring to him as Johnny Sly.
Johnny Sly.
Johnny Sly said nothing bad happened at the festival.
Hey,
Everything was okay.
Johnny Sly needs a co-sign on a loan for this year's Blue Ridge Rock Festival. If anybody could help me out.
Chase Bank said no. So,
Chase Bank, all the other banks, they all
so
said no.
Wells Fargo is our last choice, and I'm gonna need a cosign because they're definitely gonna turn me
Man,
down too.
Those pussies at Wells Fargo wouldn't even give me 10 cents.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I think it's hilarious that like they literally like they're still not giving people refunds, and they're like, "Nah, we're gonna have a festival this year. We're good. Don't worry."
Yeah.
It's like maybe take a year off. And like Johnny Slice is like, "Nah, man, we're good. We can have a festival this year. We got it."
Johnny Sly is gonna lose his house if we don't have a festival this year.
Johnny Sly took a reverse mortgage and he's got to pay it off somehow.
It's going bad.
There was no
It's going real
gastrointestinal issues.
bad.
Those people are liars. I tried the tater tots myself and they were delicious. They had heartburn. Those guys are pussies. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
dude, it is crazy to get like how bad do the conditions have to be that people are getting food poisoning from like tater tots?
I don't even know if that's
Like
what
how
it is.
bad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
It
damn.
just
I was like, dude, how do you like get sick off potatoes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're just serving rotten potatoes, I guess. But
I don't know, but I don't know how people got gastrointestinal issues, but you know, I know that Incarceration had a fucking tater tot booth, and they were like $18 for like some loaded tater tots, and it came in like
$18 for loaded tots.
$18, and they came in like a little tiny thing, like like the small, like if you went to like a fancy fucking place where you could get like nice truffle fries and you ordered a
Yeah.
small one, you know, like those little like brown little
Oh
type of
wow,
containers
that's
that would hold
crazy,
it, like,
dude.
you know, if you went to a sporting event
Did
and
you get
ordered
any
some food.
tots?
No,
Hell no, dude. Right?
I had some food, but I went with the food trucks every day because there was like some local food trucks, but then there's also booths that were like operated by the festival or whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like they had like catering companies or
That's the
something come in.
expensive shit, right?
Yeah, it's all fairly pricey, but the better food was the food trucks. I went to the food trucks because the food trucks were good. Also, the food trucks were located right next to like the second stage, and like I would like time it out so I would grab food while I watched a band over there. Like I would make my way over there and order my food before the band went on stage or something, before like a band went
Yeah.
on, you know, and then I would just grab a seat and eat my food while I watched a band. So yeah, I don't know. It was also like all the food at
Dude,
the
it's
food
so
trucks
funny
was
to be
better.
shoving food into your face and somebody's like, fucking circle back.
It was that.
I want to
Yeah.
see everybody up on their fucking feet right now. And you're just like,
I'm just sitting on the ground eating a grilled cheese. Like I can't get in the circle pit. I have tacos to finish.
yeah, dude. Grilled cheese
Yeah.
sounds really good.
I don't know if I forget
Grilled
what food
cheese
I
right
had.
now sounds nice, dude.
I don't think I had a grilled cheese, but I think there was a truck serving grilled cheese.
That just sounds good.
I forget genuinely what I
I
ate
don't. I
there,
don't think I'm gonna eat
honestly.
a grilled cheese tonight, but it sounds good
Yeah,
in
I don't
general.
know, man. That's I think it's kind of funny though that they're still under. They haven't refunded all of the people yet. They are still under investigation by the Department of Health, by the Virginia Department of Health, and they're like, "We're gonna do another year." It's like, hey man, maybe finish handling your legal issues before you decide to launch another year of it. Also, it's like, imagine it's probably going to be kind of hard to get bands to sign on to this one.
I mean, going on by what happened last year, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I think last year they just they overshot their load, dude. They had every major band on that festival last year. Like every metal band was on that fucking festival. It was crazy.
Hell yeah, dude. I love overshooting my load. That's like my favorite thing on earth, actually, is overshooting my load, dude.
Yeah, happens
Yeah.
sometimes, dude.
I
Yeah.
try to make it happen every time if I can.
Yeah,
As often as possible, dude.
but yeah, I mean, when everybody looked at that lineup last year, everybody was like, "How are they paying for this? This is so many fucking bands. Like, and how is this gonna work?" And it was like, it literally looked like every
Yeah,
major
they had like
metal
the
band.
rotating stage, right?
No, they didn't have a rotating stage.
You told me that's how they were making it work. Or
Mm-mm.
was
I
that
think that was like
incarceration?
no, incarceration didn't do that either. I want to say that was like the fucking Sick New World out in like Vegas, but I don't even think that did that. I've heard like I forget what festival said they're going to be doing that, but I don't know if anybody ever
Oh, it's
did do
when we were
that.
young.
Yeah, but I don't.
Because
They
that was
didn't
like a
even do
one day.
that.
No, I think they did because it was like a 1 day thing,
No, they
right?
didn't.
Oh, no.
They didn't have rotating stages. Everybody thought they were going to, but they didn't. Um, but yeah, they were lacking stagehands. It was under organized. Apparently, the catering was not properly there. They didn't have enough staff at Blue Ridge. Like it was just a complete disaster. And like they were about to go under the next day because all of the fucking workers were about to go on strike. And then they just
Yeah.
canceled it for weather conditions. And then everybody was like, yo, the weather was fine. Like everybody the next day was still in town. They're like, the fuck are they talking about weather? There was a little bit of rain. Like, they're like, what the hell, dude? They're like, it didn't even rain all day. And like it was just like complete bullshit. Like, and they're like,
Yeah.
it was the predicted weather conditions. And they're like, fuck out of here with that. And then all of the workers came forward and were like, that's not what happened. Like all of the people who were employed by the festival were like, nah, they're
Well, hey,
lying to
at
you.
least they got called out.
Yeah, I'm glad all those workers came forward about it and were like, nah, this festival's full of shit. That's Johnny
Yeah.
Sly lying to
Johnny
you.
Sly's not happy about it.
Johnny Sly paid them well. Them
Johnny
workers don't know what they
Sly.
got.
Johnny Sly thinks they need to shut the fuck up.
I gave them a reasonable $12 an hour for that.
Don't believe the rumors. Johnny Sly didn't threaten violence on anyone. He
I
never
said you only
threatened.
got to set up 20 bands today for $12 an hour.
He
That's a good
never.
rate.
Johnny Sly never parked outside of one of his employees' houses for extended periods of time, hoping to catch him lacking.
uh, Johnny Sly said nothing about not unionizing. Yeah, man, it's crazy. So yeah, it's wild to me that they're gonna still try and do that again this year. You would think you'd take a year off, but whatever. I mean, hey, it's not me, so I'm not going. And I think they're going to struggle to sell tickets too, even if they make it happen. Even if they make it happen and get a good lineup, I think they're going to struggle to sell tickets. A lot of people are going to be skeptical, you know? But that also might work in their favor because then they'll be able to handle it actually this year, I guess, maybe. If they book a smaller lineup and have less people, because they're also overcrowded too, was a problem.
Yeah, they're gonna have to scale down to some degree.
It's going to be scaled down by default. Like, not as many people are going to go, and they're not going to be able to get as many bands to sign on. There's going to, like, and even some of these bands like they aren't even going to make the decision not to sign on. I think a lot of these agents and managers won't want to work with them. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these agents and managers who got fucked over last year are probably not going to want to work with these promoters either. So
Yeah.
they're probably in bad graces with a lot of people. So they're going to be scaled down by default. They're not going to have a choice. Also, there's no way they have enough money to put into it like they did last year.
Kyle, is there any chance that Johnny Sly could maybe do like a partnership with the Motor City Comedy Festival? Kind of get some sort of Blue Ridge Motor City partnership.
Man, that
Wait,
would be sick, dude.
no, it wouldn't. You guys would get scammed. You guys would
I
fucking
think
be like, well, no Motor City Festival this year. Thanks a lot, fucking
Blue
Johnny
Ridge.
Sly. Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Johnny Sly.
Dude, man, I don't
Jonathan.
know. I would love to help host a metal festival. That's another dream. I would love to put together a fucking music festival, but I don't really have
Kyle,
an inside
dreams are
knowledge.
gay. Why don't you just focus on the one that's in front of you with comedy?
I got a lot of stuff I want to do,
Because
dude.
I need to also do that. Like, I've been like spending too much time on frivolous shit, like drumming. I'm like, what am I fucking? Who am I gonna play drums for, dude?
You're drumming?
A little bit.
You have a drum set?
No, you can like, there's like a place you can go to rent, and I also have like I have sticks and like practice pad. So I've been practicing little rudiments and fucking
Are you going to
tapping
this place
tapping
to
along.
practice drumming?
Yeah, I did once. It was tight.
How much do they charge?
It's $12 an hour.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
No,
No,
that's pretty
not
wild.
bad. Yeah.
Man, that's a whole business.
But
Do they
again, who
let
the
you
fuck am
rent
I going to be?
guitars and shit too?
Again, you're missing the point. Dreams are gay. I need to focus on the dream that's in front of me with comedy. And who am I going to fucking play drums for, dude?
Yeah,
Like
that's kind
I
of
can treat it as a hobby and have fun with it, but I shouldn't be spending considerable amounts of time practicing drumming, you know what I mean?
how I kind of feel about bass guitar. And you were like, "Yeah, you got to get a bass guitar." I'm like, man, like I wanted one, but I'm like, now I'm just kind of like, I did. What am I gonna do with it? You know, ultimately, it's like have a hobby. It's like I got a lot of hobbies already.
Yeah, no,
You
I get
know,
it. Yeah.
that's why I'm like, I don't know that I need to spend time on
Nothing
that.
wrong with scrapping that dream, dude.
Yeah,
Dreams are gay.
maybe one day
It
when I
was a
have more
dumb
time
idea.
on my hands, when I'm like, you know,
You were
like
never gonna be like the bass player of Corn, so it doesn't
no,
matter. It's
no,
really, but that is subconsciously the goal or the
yeah,
dream.
hmm
You want to get the bass, you can be like dun 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 dun, 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 hitting
yeah.
those fucking dirty Corn bass
Da-da-da-da-da.
lines.
Twist. Da-da-da.
Yeah, exactly. But it would never get to that point, so it's
Yeah.
pointless and a waste of time.
Yeah.
Time is finite, so why waste it on
Yeah.
frivolous things like dreams?
Where it's like,
Unless
yeah,
you actually
maybe.
have talent on one of the dreams,
Yeah, I
which
don't know, man.
we're both good comics, so those dreams make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I mean, I'm a good musician too, but I don't like. I'm not. The fuck am I gonna do?
I'm a
I
mediocre
hate being
musician.
in a band. I hate being in a band. It's not fun. Too many disagreements and too many fucking goofballs not taking it seriously enough, dude. So
Yeah.
why would I want to do that?
Yeah, I never worked well in a band. It wasn't for me.
Yeah,
Definitely wasn't for me.
it
I've also
sucks.
never been like a phenomenal musician. I've always just been like okay at best, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
I don't think I'm
uh,
phenomenal. I just think I'm pretty solid.
yeah, I was always just kind of mediocre. I was like, just like I wasn't ever anything to write home about, so whatever.
Well, you can get some lessons from me sometime, dude.
Yeah. All
I'll
right.
teach you how to rip, dude.
Yeah, man. We'll have to get that on the schedule.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, that's the podcast. Thank you for listening to Unless You Live Hardcore. We appreciate it. This is episode 50. We're 2 away from a whole year of podcasts, man. I think we're at a year of doing this, but I think we've just missed a couple episodes.
We only took one off week the whole time we've been doing this.
All right, then yeah. All right, we're coming up on a whole year's
I mean,
worth
we
of
had some
episodes,
episodes
dude.
come out a day late.
Yeah, we are coming up on a whole entire year's worth of fucking episodes here, guys. So anybody who's stuck with us, fucking thank you, dude. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Now it's time to start giving us money.
Yeah.
Now it's time to start aggressively forking over your cash.
Yeah.
Hand it over.
It's time for us to probably start getting guests
Fork
or
it the
something
fuck
in
over,
here, dude.
dude. Fork it the fuck over, dude.
Got a year of episodes. We got to start getting guests in to these Zooms
Yeah, who
at
do you
some
want to
point,
get?
dude. It's fucking metal artists and shit, you know, hardcore artists, you know,
All right.
bands and stuff. Singers, guitarists, bassists, drummers, whatever, you know. I want to get some musicians up in this bitch. Maybe some comedians here and there who are into metal music could talk about it. We'll get some people in here.
Yeah, I'd rather have comics on, dude.
Yeah.
I'd rather have comics on for
I
the
want to
most
talk to
part.
musicians too, dude.
I'll let you do that, dude. You can do some
Yeah.
interviews.
You don't want to be a part of the interviews?
Nah, well, they're just not gonna be like happy when I'm like, your band's all right. Your band's okay.
All right, maybe I'll get some interviews in here then. I'll do some interview episodes without you, Jake. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But that's how we
I'm
want
just
to do
saying,
it.
if you got the members of Vended on there,
We'll just put Jake on mute.
no, would you really want me being like sitting in the background being like, so what's it like having fucking rich dads? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll just
'Cause
bring them on here,
you
dude.
know I'm gonna struggle to not say something.
No, dude, here's what we'll do. We'll bring them on. You'll be here on the podcast, and then I'll just mute your mic so they can't hear you. And I'll like mute you in the chat, and then I'll just do the
I think
whole
that's
interview.
off-putting, and you should just do it on your own.
And then you'll just be sitting there. I'll be like, "This is the producer. Don't mind him." And then randomly your mouth is moving, talking into
I'll
the
tell you
microphone, and they
why
can't
I
hear
don't.
you.
I'll tell you why I don't care to interview musicians. Is because I was a musician, and like, I don't want to end up talking to a guy who's like gets into like a very serious dialogue about their art, and I have to be like, "Can you shut the fuck up, dude? Can you just stop talking about how you're like it's the most important thing in the world
Oh
for
man, see, I
people to hear
love
this
talking
music."
about that shit. I love hearing like people's perspective on that, man. So yeah, I don't
I
know.
had to
We'll figure it
sacrifice
out.
so much. It's like you just had to sleep on some couches for a while, dude. It's really not compared to what some people go through on planet Earth. It's really you should shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, cut the strings off your guitar and then slit your wrist with them.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God. All
Yeah,
right,
but you see
maybe
my point though? Do you want me in the background of an interview being like seething over some guy taking himself too seriously?
I guess
And then I
not,
ruined
man.
the episode by
I
being like,
guess
"You're
not.
fucking lame, dude. You're a fucking lame weirdo, dude, for talking about yourself like this."
I guess we don't want that then. I don't know, man. I'll just interview some fucking musicians. I
There
want to
you
talk
go,
to musicians,
baby.
dude.
There you
We'll leave you
go.
off those episodes then. So maybe look for those in the future, people. Maybe I'll reach out to some people, see if anyone wants to chat,
There
record
you
it,
go, dude.
see what happens, and then those will be musician interview episodes. And if we get a
Yeah,
good one that Jake wants to be a part of for some reason, we'll see.
sure.
I'm sure once in a while, maybe if we start getting more and more, maybe there'll be one that you actually
Even
give
the
a shit
ones that
about.
are like even if like bands that we would get that I would be fans of, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin I don't like meeting my heroes, dude.
Oh man. Yeah. Some of them suck. I've learned that through
Better to just
comedy for
not.
sure.
Most of them don't, but it's better to just not
Yeah,
because
most are
then
cool as hell, but some suck. But
some
yeah.
suck.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for listening. Episode 50 of Unless You Live Hardcore. You can follow me on social media at I am Kyle Forsyth, just on Instagram. Really, I don't fucking touch Twitter or X, whatever the hell. I deleted all my tweets off of there, so it's just an empty page that points you to my Instagram. Follow Jake at Comic Jake
Why
Ford.
did you get off of
Follow.
X? Is it let's take it? Are you taking a stance against Elon?
No, I just like I know even when it was Twitter, I just wasn't really using it. I'm not
Yeah, I
built
was
for
never super
Twitter.
active on it, dude.
I don't like it. It's not for me. I don't write in short joke form, and I don't feel that the content I put out thrives on that platform.
Yeah.
Never did. I never really liked that platform much, and like I had been using it since like fucking high school.
Well, thank God the
so, like,
content we're putting out here is thriving.
yeah. Well,
All
I
right.
just like the shit I put out. I'd been
right,
on
dude.
there since high school, and so I just went back and deleted everything. Also, I don't want anybody to think I use it. Like, I just want them to go to my Instagram. So, as I said, at I'm Kyle Forsyth, Jake's at Comic Jake Ford. The podcast is at Unless You Live Hardcore on Instagram. Follow all of those things. You can find me regularly in Detroit if you're in the area. I'm at Detroit House of Comedy. I'm at Detroit Shipping Company at 313 Comedy most Sundays. Come out to those things.
You can
Other than
catch
that,
me in New
Jake,
York City, smoking crack in broad daylight with the homies. That's just what people are getting up to now in New York. So, you can catch me doing that. You can catch me doing comedy around the city. I'll be out next Friday. Nobody's gonna hear this, but I'll be at St. Mark's Comedy Club next Friday, doing 2 spots. So come hang out. It's Friday night. It'll be fun.
nobody's coming to that.
I mean, people are gonna come to that,
Nope,
but I don't think
nobody's
anybody
coming.
who's shut the
Nope.
fuck up, Kyle. Shut the fuck up, dude.
No, I'm sure you'll have like 2 people there.
It's a Friday night at a comedy club
Yeah, you're gonna have at least 2
in
people, dude.
Lower Manhattan.
Yeah, so at least 3.
No, it'll be packed out.
Oh, okay, all right,
It'll be
cool.
packed. I mean, it's not even a huge room, anyways. It's like a 100-seat room, but still, it'll be packed.
All right. So at least 20 people.
Every weekend show I've gone there, it's been packed.
I'm just fucking with you.
I
sure
know,
they're
but
great
I'm
shows.
telling you, it'll be tight.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. See ya. Bye.